In triangle NMP, yes, folks, don't be mean. This is a triangle. I know it's got a little It's okay. It's a triangle, okay? So in triangle MNP, determine the measure of angle N to the nearest degree. How do we know that this is a sine law question? Well, looky here. We got a couple of information. And even though it's close to 90, it's 92, so we can't use right angle trig. Remember, it's always easier to use right angle trig. What we need to find is this one. But in order to find out what our n is, what we need to do is we need to have that couple of information. We need to have that. Do we have that, folks? No, we haven't been given that at all. So let's work with what we got. I know that I have this length, which means that I can find what P is. Now, if I know what P is, and I know that this angle is 92, I can easily use that information to subtract from 180 to get what my n is. So, now that we've solved that little bit of a puzzle, because that's what these are, it's how can we make this, this law work for me. Since we've solved that puzzle, now we just need to do a little bit of number crunching. Before we go on, though, let's realize why we don't have to worry about the ambiguous case problem, okay? Because we know that the side that's opposite of what we've been given, okay? So the side that's opposite the angle that we've been given is larger than the side that's beside the angle. Since 11.8 is larger than 10, we don't have to worry about that ambiguous case problem. Woohoo! That makes it a lot easier for us. We only have one triangle to consider instead of two. So let's set up this formula. Since we're looking for degrees, I'm going to put sine on top. So sine of 92. Ooh, hope that came out right. It's 92. The sine, the side that's opposite of that is 11.8 equals sine of P over 10. Now we're going to do some cross multiplying. I know that 11.8 times sine of P equals 10 times sine of 92. Remember, I'm putting the numbers in front because it's just easier for when we put it into our calculators. There's less room for mistakes. I'm going to divide both sides by 11.8. So sine of P equals 10 times sine 92 all over 11.8. Now we know that this is the sine of P, but I really just want to find out what P is. So I'm going to use my inverse sine, sine -1 of, P will just equal sine -1 of 10 times sine 92 over 11.8. When I plunk that into my calculator, I get P, the value of P being 57.9. What? I said 9 but wrote it 2. 9 degrees. So this guy right here is 57.9 degrees. So all I need to do is 180 minus 92 minus 57.9. So to get angle N, that's 180 minus 92 minus 57.9. When I do that, whether in my head or hopefully that you can see, that. I don't think, but let me see. It kind of cut it off. Just letting you know, this right here is 57.9. When we subtract all those things, it's just going to be 30.1 degrees, but it says to the nearest degree, so I'm just going to say it's 30 degrees. And we're done! Don't you love this sine law? I love it. It's so great.